And now in this section we talk about the story and the title of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin. So we start with the story. In a nutshell, the story of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin, is about the adventures of two knights, Tandil and Tariel. Tandil is the chief of staff of the Arab armies, and Tariel is the protagonist of the poem, is the man that wears the panther's skin. So in the next step I'll talk about the story in detail. Actually, the story of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin, can be divided into two parts. The first part is the search for Tariel, that is the protagonist of the poem, and the second part is the search for Tariel's beloved, Nestan Darajan. So we start with the first part, the search for Tariel. One day, King Mustavan, that is the king, who is the king of Arabia, goes to an hunting competition with Tandil, who is the chief of staff of the Arab armies. During the competition, they take a break and they sit under a tree. And all of a sudden, they see a mysterious knight crying by a river. So King Mustavan wanted very much to know who is that mysterious knight, and therefore he sent slaves in order to contact the mysterious knight, but the mysterious knight reacts violently and kills all the slaves that was sent by the standard, kills all the slaves that sent by King Mustavan in order to contact him, and then it disappears. Tinantin is the only daughter of King Mustavan, and Tinantin loves Tandil. Tandil also loves Tinantin. So Tinantin asks from his beloved Tandil to search for the mysterious knight, and if he finds the mysterious knight in 3 years, then she will marry him. So Tandil goes to search for the mysterious knight all over the world, and after 2 years and 9 months, he finds the mysterious knight. The mysterious knight tells him that his name is Tariel, and that he was the commander of India's fleet, and he also loves Nestan Darajan, who is the daughter of King Parsedan. King Parsedan is the king of India. But the problem is that his beloved Nestan Darajan was abducted. And from that point, he sank into deep depression. He was always crying and sobbing because of the abduction of his beloved Nestan Darajan. And he was totally isolated from the society. He lived with a maiden in a cave. So Tandil was very moved by the story of the mysterious knight Tariel, and therefore he promised, first of all, he becomes friend of Tariel, and he also promises Tariel to help him to find his beloved Nestan Darajan. So that is the first part of the story, the search for Tariel. The second part of the story is the search for Tariel's beloved Nestan Darajan. So Tandil searches a lot for the whereabouts of Nestan Darajan, and after a long search and investigation, he finds out that Nestan Darajan, Tariel's beloved, was abducted by the Kajis. The Kajis are demons. So Tandil, Tariel, and Pridon, who is the ruler of the city Mulgazanzar, together with 300 soldiers, go to the country of the Kajis in order to rescue Nestan Darajan from her captivity. But the problem is that the country of the Kajis is a fortress, and it is actually impossible to infiltrate to this fortress. In addition, the second problem is that the Kajis are very strong warriors, so it was actually impossible mission to rescue Mr. Rajan from her captivity by the Kurds. But the 300 soldiers, together with Afghan Tariel and Pridon, succeeded to do the unthinkable. They succeeded to rescue Mr. Rajan from her captivity by the Kurds. The story has an happy ending in the sense that Afghan marries Tinatin and Tariel, the protagonist of the poem, marries his beloved Mr. Rajan. So that is the story of the great poem, The Night in the Panther's. In the next step I talk about the title of the great poem. The title is The Night in the Panther's, but it is not clear if it is a tiger or panther. So you assume that it's a tiger, the animal is a tiger, not a panther. So the title of the great poem is The Night in the Tiger Skin. There is a particular chapter in the poem that is about Tariel that killed a lion and a tiger. And the story of this particular chapter is as follows. One day, Tariel sees a lion that was chasing after a tiger. So Tariel was very angry on the lion because he thought that the lion's intention was to kill the tiger. And therefore, in order to save the lives of the tiger, he kills the lion and then goes to the tiger in order to hang it. Because he saved her life, but the tiger is very angry on Tariel because of the fact that they were not fighting, they were just playing a game. Therefore, the tiger starts to eat Tariel very strongly with its paws. So Tariel could bear no more the blows of the tiger, and therefore he eats back, and with one blow he kills the tiger. So it's actually a very tragic story because of the fact that Tariel wanted to save the lives of the tiger from the hands of the lion, but at the end of the story he was the one that killed the tiger. So Tariel is very angry on himself that he killed the tiger accidentally. Therefore, from that point, he decided to wear the tiger's skin as a coat. The tiger's skin was used by Tariel as a coat. And there are two reasons that Tariel wears the tiger's skin. The first reason is it is a reminder for Tariel that he killed the tiger that he loves so much. And the second reason, it reminds him, his beloved Mr. Rajan, that was abducted twice. Why the tiger skin reminds him Mr. Rajan? Because of the fact that the face of the tiger was very similar to the face of his beloved Mr. Rajan. We know that the tiger is a very important figure in the poem. Why? Because of the fact that the name of the poem is The Night in the Tiger Skin. The question is why the tiger's figure is a very important figure in the poem, because of the fact that the tiger's face is very similar to Mr. Rajan's face, Tariel's beloved. Okay, thank you very much.